Welcome, my friends. The big news today is that Amazon will invest $120 million in a satellite processing facility at NASA's Kennedy Space Center in Florida. Project Kuiper is Amazon's plan to build a network of 3,236 satellites in low Earth orbit, to provide high-speed internet access anywhere in the world. The 100,000 square foot processing facility will serve as one of the final steps before the satellites reach orbit, preparing them for launches on the rockets of ULA and Blue Origin. What does it mean for Amazon? What does it mean for big tech companies? What does it mean for the economy? And, what does it mean for the future of the United States? But, before we get into all of that, please press the like button and leave us a comment below. We would love to hear from you. Please subscribe and hit the bell icon so that you are notified of upcoming videos when they are released. And, before we continue, a word from the sponsor of this video. Today's sponsor is InnerLife.com, creator of the InnerLife STS system. InnerLife STS is a cloud mobile platform for mental health care and its integration with primary medical care. InnerLife STS is designed for assessment, data collection and analytics, documentation, and progress tracking. InnerLife STS creates and composes conceptualized narratives and builds them into professional-grade reports. These reports are designed for use by mental health professionals, primary care physicians, justice system professionals and universities, and include mental health assessment reports, mental health treatment reports, and treatment progress reports. And InnerLife STS uses doctor-selected pseudonames for all patients. So, only the healthcare professional knows the patient identity. Amazon will invest $120 million to build a satellite processing facility at NASA's Kennedy Space Center in Florida. Amazon is preparing to launch the first satellites for its Project Kuiper internet network, the tech giant announced Friday. The facility will be built at the launch and landing facility that was once where NASA landed space shuttle missions. The LLF is now leased and operated by Space Florida, which serves as the state's space economy development arm. I am thrilled that Amazon is the first major tenant to locate at the LLF, Frank DiBello, CEO of Space Florida, told reporters. It's a testament to the fact, though, that we view the whole state as an ecosystem supporting space. Project Kuiper is Amazon's plan to build a network of 3,236 satellites in low Earth orbit, to provide high-speed internet access anywhere in the world. The 100,000 square foot processing facility will serve as one of the final steps before the satellites reach orbit, preparing them for launches on the rockets of the United Launch Alliance and Jeff Bezos' separately owned Blue Origin. We're going to finish construction at the end of 2024. We'll be processing our first production satellites through this facility in early 2025, Steve Metier, Amazon's vice president of Kuiper production operations, told reporters. Last year, Amazon announced the biggest corporate rocket deal in the industry's history to launch its satellites. It has booked 77 launches, deals that included options for more when needed, from a variety of companies to deploy the satellites fast enough to meet regulatory requirements. Amazon hopes to launch its first 2 Kuiper prototype satellites in the coming months, the company said, but that depends on when the rocket that the spacecraft would ride on becomes ready. According to Metier, Amazon still plans to fly the prototypes on the inaugural launch of ULA's Vulcan rocket, which was recently delayed to the fourth quarter. Although Amazon can work with the new Vulcan timeline, Metier said the company is looking at all options available to us to get the prototypes up in a timely manner. The Kuiper prototypes have already moved rides once before, shifting from ABL's RS-1 rocket over to Vulcan. Project Kuiper currently employs more than 1,400 people, Amazon said. The company's main Kuiper facilities are near Seattle, in the cities of Redmond and Kirkland. Amazon has other locations in San Diego, Austin, Texas, New York City and Washington, D.C. But not everyone is so enthusiastic about Amazon's big new plans. Amazon is pursuing too many ideas and needs to focus on best opportunities, analyst says in letter to Amazon CEO Andy Jassy. Bernstein analysts published a report on Wednesday that they called an open letter to CEO Andy Jassy and the board. In the note, they detailed many of the areas where Amazon has invested without seeing positive results and said the company needs to focus on what it does best. What we've seen recently is a company simply pursuing too many ideas, with weaker ideas taking resources away from businesses that work, they wrote. As you know, the list of tech companies laying off employees just continues to get longer. In its quest to upend everything from healthcare and grocery stores to internet satellites, Amazon has become too unfocused and is missing out on opportunities in its core businesses, according to Bernstein analysts, who on Wednesday published what they called an open letter to CEO Andy Jassy and the board. Amazon remains dominant in e-commerce and cloud computing with Amazon Web Services. In some other areas, however, the company has spent heavily without seeing the results, the analyst said. We fully support Amazon's efforts to uncover and capture the next AWS-sized opportunity, wrote Bernstein's Mark Shmulik, who has an outperform rating on the stock. But what we've seen recently is a company simply pursuing too many ideas, with weaker ideas taking away the oxygen, capital, and most importantly focus from the truly disruptive initiatives that only Amazon can do. Amazon's stock performance compared with its closest mega-cap peers, Apple, Microsoft and Google, has also left investors wanting, Shmulik said. Amazon shares are up 50% year to date, but they've underperformed top peers by about 52% over a 5-year period, he said. The stock was down 3.6% to $122.12 as of early afternoon New York time. Amazon should divest, seek outside funding, or trim spend in healthcare in its nascent low Earth orbit satellite venture, called Project Kuiper, Shmulik wrote. He pointed to Amazon's multi-year effort to break into healthcare, before abandoning efforts like its Care telehealth service, Halo Health and Fitness Band, and a joint healthcare venture called Haven. Kuiper appears even more extreme as an investment area, according to Shmulik, with Amazon committing $10 billion to build out the initiative. Amazon should even take a page out of Alphabet's book and strip out Kuiper, healthcare and possibly Alexa into other bets, Shmulik said. Doing so, he says, would show a far healthier and more profitable core business and wouldn't detract from the company's effort to build the next AWS. Amazon should focus on its core strengths and keep pushing into other areas where it's gained traction, Shmulik said, encouraging a continued build out of its advertising and media arms, as well as its Buy with Prime service, which allows websites off of Amazon to take advantage of its Prime delivery benefits. Late last year, the company announced it would freeze corporate hiring, slow the expansion of its warehouses, and end some of its more experimental projects like Amazon Care and its Halo device division. Like most leadership teams, we'll continue to evaluate what we're seeing in our business and proceed adaptively, said Amazon CEO Andy Jassy during the Thursday earnings call. This means that Amazon will invest more heavily into non-core businesses as growth slows among its signature e-commerce services. Jassy also confirmed that Amazon plans to further develop its Buy with Prime program, entertainment, devices, healthcare, and its low Earth orbit satellite, Project Kuiper, to help people, companies, and governments with limited to no internet access. Areas in which the company appeared to be still hiring earlier this year included its Ring doorbell and pharmacy businesses, and it's still listing job openings for engineers, supply chain managers, and sales representatives. It's hard to predict that all of these will be successful, but only one or two working would change our business over the long term, said Jassy. As you may also know, Amazon is experiencing a high number of injuries at its fulfillment warehouses. Amazon has been investing heavily in robotics technology for its warehouses and fulfillment centers in recent years. While this technology has the potential to improve efficiency, speed, and accuracy, it has also presented some challenges for the company. If you follow this channel, you already know the economic narrative of the times. Inflation is raging in most countries around the world. Central banks around the globe are aggressively raising interest rates. Consumers are feeling less confident. And they are cutting back on discretionary spending. Amazon has actually cut warehouse space. In fact, Amazon has also canceled new warehouses that were on the drawing board. And the future Amazon is not the Amazon of the past. We could be seeing the maturation of Amazon. If that is the case, then it would probably be followed by a period of slower growth. And then by financialization of Amazon by Wall Street. There would eventually be calls from shareholders for dividends to be paid. And, in fact, I think that is the future course for a lot of big tech companies whose growth has slowed. I guess only time will tell. And, if you follow this channel, you probably already know that tech companies are sensing weak macroeconomic conditions. This year, it is clear that Wall Street analysts are valuing profitability over prospective growth. As a result, unprofitable tech company shares are getting punished. It seems that the day of reckoning for tech unicorns has arrived. And all companies are forced to either be profitable, find a merge partner, or die. The window for initial public offerings is effectively closed. That is why some Wall Street investment bankers are predicting a wave of tech mergers later this year. But, what do you think? Please leave us a comment below and hit the like button. We would love to hear from you. Please subscribe and hit the bell icon so that you are notified of upcoming videos when they are released. Please share this video on social media. Thank you for watching.